All right, we are back. Make sure you guys press the like button. I'm pretty sure a decent amount of you guys saw last night that the liquidity provided on Pulse Chain is a lot different. So the team actually used the first week's yield in regards to the liquidity provided on Pulse Chain. And there's a post of this information on X. I just can't show it on my computer because my computer won't let me use X for some reason. But 75% bridged into BNB used to buy DripX miners. All right. 20% compounded to grow our position on Pulse X farms. And I'm actually reading from X right now. 5% is used, created Wrap Drip and Pulse liquidity for farming on Cowtip on Pulse Farm. I repeat, 5% created Wrap Drip Pulse liquidity for farming Cowtip on Pulse Farm. People getting very, very good yields on Pulse Farm. From last night, I say like 10 p.m. till now, already 6,000 in there. So we're gonna see a full 24 hours around like anywhere from 8 to 10 p.m. In the next like 8 hours, we'll be able to see how high this gonna get. Because I think we were at like 58,000 generated for that week's yield from Pulse Chain to be utilized. 75% used by miners. Now the confusing part for some, I was in the chat for DripX on Telegram, and people were trying to find out where the price action increases for buying miners was happening. If you come over here, you're not going to find that. There was a lot of sales. I think we hit a million. No, we hit a million yesterday. So we got a decent amount of that sell pressure down. Almost 100,000 people sold. So people are still able to sell at a decent rate. We still got a lot of freaking liquidity. And everything's looking pretty good. Let's just scroll down a little bit so we can see. Got some decent sales coming out. You're only going to be able to do this, but for so long. The sell pressure is higher today, but you're only going to be able to do this but for so long. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it's going to hit a peak where the buy and burn is going to keep building back up. It's going to be harder to generate anything decent. Based on the amount of DripX that you have. So people are going to be and then the sell pressure is decreasing because people are selling at these times. So there's only so much of that you're going to be able to do anyway. When in the weeks to come, just like we've been seeing, this is basically going to build up pretty quick. We got the buy and burn coming in like clockwork. And then we also have the V1 liquidity being used on Pulse Chain. So eventually it's going to hit a point where the price and the liquidity is building, and you're not going to see as many. This is just my opinion. You're not going to see as many sales consistently. Because for these guys that keep selling, they're going to have to eventually start buying back in. At higher prices and at more competitive mining rates. And speaking of mining rates, the team yesterday or last night, they were buying up slots. I actually made a video last night, but I didn't upload it because I didn't want to do 2 videos in one day. But as you can see, the max is 40 billion. And this day is almost gone. Yesterday's 8-day was like 80. It was like 80 billion out of 40. So that day was super gone. If we just here's one right here. And for example, like I'll just show you guys what happens if you try to create. you're going to get this error right here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just to show you proof that you're not going to be able to create miners on days that are already booked, even no matter what you do. Let's go to another one. Yeah, these mugs are almost getting filled. So it's going to be harder, I don't know, maybe a month and a half to come in here and really get off on your miners, because a lot of these days are getting very close to capacity. It's just a matter of time. So we already know, for the most part, this is like a long-term situation, and that's bullish in itself, because a lot of projects like this aren't going to last long term. A lot of DeFi projects in general aren't going to last, aren't built to last. You know what I'm saying? And pay people out daily with high ROIs. It's just not going to happen. So that's bullish just to be able to say that. We still know long-term miners are the play. I've been extremely transparent in this particular account on what I'm doing and what I plan on doing and things like that, with the amount of capital that I was willing to put in. The share rate isn't going too crazy as far as getting liquidated from, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, because people aren't buying as many miners. I'm thinking tomorrow is going to be another 8-day. You know what I'm saying? So we got $9 coming from that. But the first 8-day cycle was 400,000. So a lot of people are still, waiting for whatever, to come in with some miners, probably till things settle out. We are on an uptrend coming from the hold on. So it's not like we're going down and then up and then back down. Like, eventually we're going to test one of these resistance. Let me see. Probably right here, but we'll see. It's in between this range. I didn't put a more accurate line because I'm not going super hard on messing with that. I just want to see if it goes past, and looking at the community sentiment, looking at these numbers, seeing if people are buying more miners, or if it's just more coming in from the buy and burn and the outside liquidity from cross chain. I mean, that's crazy, because we can kind of if people aren't selling as much, it's just going to build by itself. And eventually people are going to say, you know what? It's only X amount of days left. Let me start participating, because basically I only got two choices. Either I'm going to buy DripX off the market, or I'm going to mine. And what's going to probably end up happening is, at some point, you're going to be jumping in basically on the day of trying to mine. That might be, 8 months from now, but because there's still a decent amount of, a lot of people ate up the closer days, and then the closer to the longer days, like these. So you're going to have to come in and find, you basically going to have to come in on the next day. Like today this is a fresh 280 day as of today. And then you got to come in and do your thing like that. That's eventually what's going to end up happening. And I still see the price building over time alongside with BNB. And the reason why that's important is the guys who are playing the long game are going to reap their rewards with a closer match to what their ROI is saying. It's not going to be that crazy stuff we've seen in the first 8 days. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. We're doing like a 30-day documentation of this journey, and then after that, we're going to probably come in with a different strategy or figure something else out. A part 2 of the journey. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the like button and subscribe to that bell. It's Icy. I'll see you guys on the next one.